19,558, the number of people who died of diabetes in South Africa in 2008. 45,602, the number of people who died of influenza and pneumonia of that same year. 75,863, the number of people who died of TB. That means that 12.6% of all the people who died in South Africa that year was due to TB. 40 and 35, the percentage of males and females above the age of 25 who have high blood pressure. 43, sorry, Afrikaans guy.
He's sorry.
You know what I'm saying. Okay. 43, that's the percentage of women above the age of 20 who suffer from obesity. 24, the percentage of men who smoke. And then finally 79, the percentage of communicable deaths in South Africa. In other words, preventable. So, do we have a problem here? The answer, of course, is yes. Patient non-compliance is probably the two most popular words you'll hear when walking through any state hospital. But is it that patients really don't care about their health and well-being? Or were they simply never taught about the importance of following prescriptions, eating healthy, and identifying and addressing health issues and problems? In my game, I will attempt to address these issues accordingly. Kids will learn how to play games, will learn how to identify certain diseases, like, for instance, AIDS, cancer, heart diseases, and TB and influenza. They will learn why certain things, like, for instance, smoking, bad diet, and lack of exercise, increases the risk for certain diseases. And through my game, we will install a national understanding of health importance, improve overall compliance, and begin effective prevention against diseases through individual comprehension. Introducing Malevolence, the story-based game where you can play as either the immune system or pathogens. That means things that cause diseases. Okay, and your objectives will depend on this, on which one you pick. You will either have the opportunity to keep your body healthy and in top physical shape, or to infect as many people or populate as many surface areas as you can. Here, you will view the organism from the top as if you're looking through a microscope. And the idea behind it is that you control the organism with keys for movement, to act, and to attack. You will have different missions to complete, and these will depend on the type of organism you are, either bacteria, virus, lymphocyte, or macrophage. You will also have a wider selection of specific cells, say for instance cholera, TB, AIDS virus, etc. Missions I was spoken of earlier will be, for example, to avoid antibodies, to multiply as quickly as possible, to infect as many people as possible, and so on. Malevolence will effectively teach the player about diseases and health through the different scenarios, challenges, and characters that they will encounter. Other organisms will, for example, teach your bacteria about the importance or the damages that sunlight causes to it. Whereas when you're playing as the immune cells, you will have to find the right type of medication to kill or defeat the pathogens. Practical things like washing and healthy foods and frequent exercise and drug abuse and lack of medication are all factors that will form a core part of this gameplay and in the end tilt the favor to help the player win. Once the story mode has been completed, the players will have the option of competing against each other in a multiplayer arcade-style setting. Here, the game multiplayer will consist of either a team-based immune system versus pathogens, or the mission-based challenges where the highest team score will win. Here, once again, players will be exposed to the different factors in life that determine health. Things like virulence factors, your healthy habits, secondary diseases, how pathogens work and spread, and obviously how much medication there is available. All these factors the player will have to take into account when playing the game. In the multiplayer setting, mixers will obviously play a big role. They will we will require Mixer to make announcements, host tournaments. They will have active chat rooms where players can ask advice, form teams, and ask each other and learn helpful hints like how the body works and how bacteria work, so that they can ultimately have an edge while playing. Off of the multiplayer, the storyline for Malevolence will also be able to continue on Mixit. Here now, the drive will come from the players' desire to develop the character and also to achieve as many infections or to prevent as many infections as possible. Progress will also come from the players' ability to learn from each other. They will have to learn about how disease looks and how to identify it and how to manage it through this fantasy world setting. I believe that my game will be entertaining, stimulating, will promote learning and understanding. I believe that my game will encourage people to live healthy and cause them to consider when confronted with diseases and other illnesses. In other words, I believe that my game can make a difference.